These are the stories
My little girl, she's changing lives just by being herself.
of organizations and people making a difference.
When you first tell someone about adaptive wheelchair boxing, it doesn't sound real.
And empowering others.
It saved my life. It saved my life.
Across Canada.
I scored my first goal in my first blind hockey game.
In our community.
Hey guys, we're on the strip finally.
We're off to the famous Harley Beach.
There you go, there's our one bag of medical supplies.
Yay, we are all packed.
I had my disability at the age of 15, but before my disability, I still had an adventurous mind.
Kevin Penny and Dee Osmond are the producers, creators, and stars of Accessible Adventurers, a web series developed in 2019, showcasing obstacles Kevin encounters while adventuring as a quadriplegic in a power wheelchair.
Having this channel has just made me look forward to the weekends more. We're gonna go do something, but then I get to see the magic that Dee does, how she puts it all together at the end and look back at it, and I'm like, wow, that's a lot more fun.
With a highly engaged fan base growing steadily, their hands are now constantly full, juggling responsibilities between day jobs and the never-ending roles of a content creator.
My name is Kevin Penny, and I'm one of the co-creators of Accessible Adventures, and this is our program where we make it all happen.
My name is Dee Osmond, and I am one half of Accessible Adventurers. I'm a co-creator of our social media and YouTube channel. It started out as an Instagram account that Kevin and I made together to kind of showcase some of our travels, adventures, and kind of behind the scenes of our lives. Not just those polished photos at the end of a vacation or something, but kind of a bit more in depth. We create videos every week about different ideas, so travel, sometimes about accessibility, and then some pieces just kind of about showing our everyday lives.
The key ingredients to any successful story are compelling characters.
In 2013, Kevin and I met for the first time. I had recently applied for a sailing instructor position at the local disabled sailing program in Halifax called Sailable, Nova Scotia. Kevin and I met when I went there in the spring to set up the boats for the season.
At the same time, I was working as a volunteer for Sailable on their board of directors and running the program a bit.
Over the summer, our friendship kind of grew more, and then in the fall of 2014, we actually started dating.
About 5 months later, we moved in together, and yeah, we haven't looked back since. And now we are producing these cool videos about accessibility and teaching each other every day.
Kevin and I traveled a lot right from the start in our relationship. I just had a bunch of these photos on my camera roll of our trips and stuff that felt weird to post on my own social media. It may have been like showing us getting on an accessible train somewhere. My friends may not be interested in this. They may just want to share the highlights of a trip, and this doesn't really belong there. So that's kind of where we created Accessible Adventures, was just to kind of show those extra pictures of what goes on, because we had a lot of questions. And so we thought, okay, if we start this Instagram account, we could just kind of put some pictures out there and see what happens. It was super just for fun. I thought no one would follow along, and I would say right now, our YouTube channel is kind of steadily growing some traction. We're gaining a committed audience, and it makes it really fun to create videos every week.
When we first started out with our Instagram channel, I really didn't even know what Instagram was, and I will be completely honest about that. I really just took a leap of faith, and Dee said, I think this would be a great idea. We started off slowly, filming with an iPhone, doing editing on the iPhone, just poor quality video, whatever we could pull together and slap on. To be honest, the planning process is us just having general conversations about what we want to do and come up with the idea first. That's usually the easiest thing for Dee and I, is to come up with the idea. We're always seem to be full of ideas. All right, bring her up and we'll figure out what we're going to do for this week.
I know, we have some ideas in here that I forgot about.
I know.
Okay, so I mean, we've done our 2021 goals, your technology video, your gaming, that was kind of included in the technology.
I see a good one that I think we could do.
Okay, what do you think?
Down bottom, the last one is the Halifax Accessible Patio Tour.
Ooh.
There are a lot of balconies out there. Hit some of those up and see what we could find.
Yeah.
There's probably some new ones out there that we don't even know about. And we just try to fit it in so it doesn't consume our whole lifestyle. So we try to do all of our filming usually in one day if we can, or an afternoon. Dee was really the catalyst that came in and really got the fear out of me of putting our lives out there, and I'm so glad she did, because I've seen change attitudes, which is so important, and I'm just in a really great time to have a partner and a business partner too as well that's so committed and has such passion for accessibility and can bring that out through our platforms. He is the brains behind the operation.
When we started, it was obviously just posting a few pictures here or there, and there was never a master plan, there was never a long-term anything. We've definitely had to find the balance of what is a video that could help people and be educational versus what is a video that people are just going to be nosy about. At first, there were definitely topics that we were like, we would never film this. And since then, we have filmed them.
It's really changed me in the sense that some of the videos, there's subject matters that are uncomfortable sometimes and personal, and I really have to balance doing that, because I used to be very private about my disability, but the more and more I felt comfortable in my skin about my disability, the more Billy gave me the comfort to kind of talk about it. I was always taught that it was something different, but it's not that different.
Our most popular video on our YouTube channel is by a long shot our nightly routine video. When we first started our channel, we were like, there's not a chance that we would do that. We showcase our adventures, our outdoor stuff, and that's kind of where we draw the line. People don't need to know about our personal lives, and we just don't feel comfortable with that. With time, that attitude started to change as we had more questions about, you know, how do you manage your nighttime routine when you travel? All those kind of questions started coming up, and it wasn't that people were being rude or assuming or judging, as I think I feared people would. It was just that they were genuinely curious. We would rather that someone kind of knows about those things than to make assumptions about us. And it's like nothing we have on our channel, it might help us reach new audiences as well. We knew the second that it got a view, we knew it would be worth it, for sure.
I was very adverse to doing it because I wasn't sure how it was going to be accepted. I mean, I've had situations where people are very awkward around that routine, whether it's going in the shower, how that's done, who helps you. But once we went through it and we watched it, I was very proud of how we normalized it again, how my nighttime routine is a routine like everyone else. It's just a bit different. I need a little bit of help. I need some support. I can see why it was popular, because people are curious. We are all curious. A lot of comments we get about people is they feel like they know Dee and I as people and not as actors or on screen, and I'm really proud of that, because I want people to know who we are as an interrageable couple, and we're not doing much things different than anybody else. Normalize disability.
Our community will return after the break. We now return to our community.
When we started our channel, we were just kind of throwing up a video here or there, but not really scheduling. We started getting better at keeping to a schedule after kind of having our channel for 6 months. And I guess for the past year, we've been pretty strict at keeping to the one video a week. A big moment for us was when we got approved for monetization on our YouTube channel. Basically, there's this magical formula that you need to get before YouTube will say, hey, you can earn revenue off the ads that play on your video. It was more a target that we'd set for ourselves of, let's see if we can get to this next level.
And to be honest, I've learned so much more in the last year and a half about business and marketing and than I did ever before that.
You really spearheaded the merch. You made all the contacts with people. You issued all the invoices, the receipts. All right, Kev, we're packing these orders. We got 2 down.
Do you need to know where the red sweatshirt's going?
Yeah.
Well, this one's going across the pond, Dee. Fans all the way over to Great Britain. Can't believe we got 67 orders on our first merch.
As creators, we try to grow our audience by making sure that our posts are relevant and they can be seen by as many people as possible. We're finally starting to kind of dig into that niche of this is the type of audience that we have, and that helps it and makes it so much easier for us to create content.
Partnerships or sponsorships are coming to us to ask them to promote their product, whether it's a disability product, whether it's the city, whether it's tourism, Nova Scotia, all those areas to get our perspective. It gives us hope for the future that, I mean, our brand it's going to be popular. We figured out very quickly what our strengths and weaknesses are and morphed it into this YouTube, Instagram, social media platform. If it ain't broke, we're not going to fix it. And it just still seems that it's been manageable, and having it be manageable allows it still to be fun. If Dee stopped working, maybe we could do more, and if this became more lucrative into something that she could turn into a job. But right now it's just the one video a week. We are happy, we are having fun. We do have a positive spin on things, and I think the world needs more of that.
With your plan and purpose set out before you, it's time to get to work.
Hey everyone, welcome back. It's been a while since we've done a video, but here we are today at one of our favorite locations to go walk this fella back here, Stan the Man. We're at Shuby Park.
We were tipped off by a neighbor that there is, I think, what they call a pump track here. Are you ready to see the pump track?
I think so. I have no idea what I'm getting myself into, but we'll...
No, neither of us do.
Go check it out. OMG. That's not what I was expecting. Let's go check this thing out.
The pump track is 100 feet of undulating pathway, designed for cyclists to manually propel themselves forward by pumping their legs over peaks and valleys, building up momentum.
All right, Dee, let's try to get into this pump park.
Right.
I don't know how I'm going to get through all these rocks. It doesn't look quite accessible, but we're going to find a way.
Okay. All right.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, stop here. Yeah. Yeah, it's not looking good. But let's get on video because this is important. We run into this.
Yeah, I'll do a little chitty chat about it.
Okay.
So we're problem solvers. I've run into a bit of a barrier. Story of my life. There are rocks here, and they're so close together. I need like 26 inches to make it through, and I haven't found one yet. But Stanley and I, come on, Stan, we are going to go find a way into this skate park because it looks uber fantastic. All right, can you move that gate a little bit for me?
Yeah, we found the entrance.
Found the entrance? I think I'll
But
be able
there
to
is a gate. But I can move a gate, I can't move a rock.
That's
so
right.
You have a clear path into the pump track now.
All right.
Let's go.
I'm going to try and go up around the top.
Yeah.
Bumpity, bump, bump, bumpity, bump, bump.
Look at that, there's a nice little ramp.
All right, do you want to film me trying to get up on it?
Yep. All right, Kevin, you are ascending the pump track. One sec, let me stop filming. All right, I got your chair back here. Are you okay?
Let's go.
Okay, let's give it a shot. I didn't think Kevin was gonna do this.
My chair didn't have that much power, so if I go down, I'm gonna fall forward.
Oh, okay, I've got my hand on your shoulder and I've got a hand on your push cane.
So you want me really to go for it?
Yeah, I do.
I think it's gonna be too steep going.
Okay, then don't do it.
Yeah, that's my pump track. There you go, I'm retired.
What's going on?
All right, it was fun, smooth, but not for me. But you know what? The kids look like they're having a blast, and our community need more of these things. And look out, here comes a scooter. What I've found with the social media is people are more apt to comment. If I was to do a talk in a classroom or try to spread the word about disability amongst a group, people aren't always comfortable asking those questions. So for me, hearing some of these amazing questions, stories about other people who have had challenging situations, has really made me feel there's other people going through this.
We've interacted with some people from around the world who've kind of grown to be this community that we look forward to interacting with when they leave a comment on our videos, and that's really cool.
And we've been able to reach so many more people through this platform and got feedback and suggestions about where we could travel, ideas. Because not only have we got comments, we've made like Zoom calls with people. We had a family that their mom had just recently became disabled and they were trying to fly her back to her hometown and they didn't know how to go throughout that. So we arranged a Zoom call with them. We told them about what we do, and we found out a couple months later they made it home safely and we're happy. So things like that. I'm a social butterfly. I love people. I love talking. So connecting with those individuals are right up my alley.
I'm Allie Rangeley, and I'm a huge fan of accessible adventurers. You're kind of given a very intimate look at whatever they're doing, whether it's something local, whether it's something international. You're going along for the ride with them, with the good, the bad, and the ugly, kind of, so to speak.
We've learned through going through this for the last year and a half that there's many more opportunities to engage with your audience. And one of the really cool ways is through a live two-way connection where people can ask you questions.
Live stream is a terrifying word to me. I like having the control of being able to edit. So for this reason, we haven't gone live in over a year. We've never gone live on YouTube, and it's something that I think will be really fun, and it'll be a really cool way to engage with people and kind of have those conversations in real time.
If they are to do a live stream, if they're doing a live on Instagram, Facebook, whatnot, guaranteed I'll be there. And I'll have lots of questions.
Our community will return after the break. We now return to our community. The fun part's out of the way. Now comes the nitty-gritty. With the kitchen table doubling as a studio, Dee devotes several hours editing the footage into a finished episode, often accompanied by her meow assistant editor, Marmite the cat.
Now I'm going to import all the footage that I have saved onto my computer. All right. So I have all of my files here. So now I'm going to see which pieces actually are going to make it into the timeline of the final product.
Go, Stanley.
Now that I've watched this video, what feels like thousands of times, I'm going to save it, and it is going to get uploaded to YouTube. So I'm going to export it right now, get it all ready to go. I'm going to pick my file that I want. Just one clip. So now I'm going to come up with a title for this video. So we're exploring Shuby Park. One more important aspect that has to go, and that is I have to add closed captions to the video. And I'm just going to play and pause and write down what I'm hearing. I'm also going to add in who's speaking if it's not visible on the screen, who's talking, as well as adding in when there's music. I've watched them, the timings are great. Once that's done, I'm gonna publish these captions. Now that this is done, I've created a thumbnail that I like. It's really simple for this video. It's just a picture of the behind the scenes of Kevin and I being filmed for our interview. So I think that will capture people's attention. They'll be nosy and they'll want to know what's going on. I'm going to add in a description, which I have already written here. Kevin and Dee venture to Shuby Park to check out a pump track and test the limits of Kevin's wheelchair. What could go wrong? I'm gonna add in all of the appropriate tags. So I'm tagging Shuby Park pump track, interabled couple, and I've got a good amount of tags in there. I'm gonna make sure everything else is good. Hi Marmite, do you approve of the video? Thanks for editing with me. So now the video is ready to go public, so I'm gonna push the button and it is gone. Ready for people to start watching.
With influence comes responsibility. Will you use that influence for maximizing profitability or inspiring change in the community?
But if something really gets me going and something I think is blatantly wrong, I'm not scared to speak up anymore. And I think having this social media platform helps me feel more confident to speak up because I know there's a group of followers behind me who follow our channels that are probably most likely going to back me up, and I'm not feeling I'm just one person chaining themselves to City Hall to promote change. I have a community behind me.
There's this food guide that gets published every year. It's quite a prominent guide. It categorizes all of these restaurants and establishments by key features that they include. So there's kid-friendly, there's probably like 12 different things that have this little sticker by them if this restaurant has that feature. I was telling Kevin about it, I was like, you know, that's really messed up that they don't have anything about accessibility. So I thought, you know, sometimes it's easier to reach out on social media than try and find a contact by email. So I sent them a good old direct message and they replied with this really, really horrible answer. So I screenshotted it, posted it on our Instagram account, and it just went viral. Within hours, they had received hundreds of direct messages, comments calling them out.
Shit went down.
Yeah, it really went down.
Shit went down.
And
yeah.
we were just kind of like, What did we start?
It was an ableist comment, and then people came to our defense without even us knowing.
And people were outraged. They're like, we're taking these out of our Airbnb until you change this. 24 hours later, they posted a statement saying that moving forward, they would be including accessibility in their guide.
And that's really when I felt too, and that's a great example, like, wow, just our platform created change. People rallied, both the disabled community and our able-bodied followers. As our friend said, we changed the disability world in less than 24 hours. And we're like, damn. I might have a disability, but it's the environment that makes me more disabled than anything else, whether I can't get into a restaurant or I can't get into a doctor's office. That's the environment that's disabling. We can change those things, and I've learned that pretty quickly.
Some adventures in life have roadblocks, and it's a goal for Kevin and Dee to overcome those obstacles to further succeed. So, what's next for Kevin and Dee?
Wouldn't it be great if people would pay us to travel? Because we like to travel so much and showcase the accessibility of where we're going. I'm thinking there's hope that that might happen someday, and that would be really, really cool. When this started, this whole idea of doing social media and exploring and showcasing our lives, we had no idea where it was going to go. And I think fast forward to now, we're still surprised, and like we keep hitting these milestones.
We still don't know where it's going to go.
But that's part of the fun.
Agreed.
I think. There's no long-term plan. I mean, we control our own destiny, which is really nice to do nowadays. I think if people can look at us and say, oh my God, I want to do things like they're doing and have fun, what's not better than leaving a legacy while you're having fun?
Oh my God.
Mind-blowing.
We're just here to remind you that we will be going live on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook tonight. Now, while you guys grab pepperoni, we're gonna set up in front of the camera. Kevin, do you want some now?
Oh, of course I do. You don't want me to go on that live stream without a belly full.
Oh, we got questions.
Perfect.
Hey, everybody! This is our first time going live, so welcome.
Executive producer Dale Stevens, producer Melissa Monroe, director Cody Southgate, camera operator Dave McGregor, production manager Sam Tufts, production coordinator Rebecca McIntosh, post-production manager Jordan Dunphy, technical producer Dale Ryan Leckie, editor Reed Morrison, accountant Claudia Legg, sound mix Colton Krause, narrator Jim Van Horn, integrated described video specialist Ron Rickford, graphics Andrew Antonello, content development specialist Ryan Delahunty, coordinating producer Jennifer Johnson, director production Karen I, director programming Brian Perdue, VP content development and programming John Melville, president and CEO David Arrington. Copyright 2021 Accessible Media Inc.